one exercise that you can do in order to hold your adjustment in between visits is a plank. And you don't want it to just be any plank. You want to really focus on creating stabilization, not just in the larger muscle groups, but also the intrinsic stabilizers around the spine. That way you're going to maintain good activation in those muscles and, really importantly, better neurological integrity. So we're going to start on our forearms and our toes. If you need to modify down onto your knees, that is perfectly fine. It matters more that you activate the muscles correctly than it does what position you're in. So coming down onto your forearms and your toes to begin with, you want your elbows directly below your shoulders, and you want to come up on your toes. If you're on your knees, totally fine to drop the lower leg down onto the ground. From here, if you're on your toes, you want to think about pressing your heels back a little bit as if you're standing on the wall behind you. So you don't want to just let everything rock forward. You want to have some integrity into your feet. Next, coming up into your glutes, think about squeezing your glutes together, really maintaining that neutral position of your pelvis. If you're on your knees, again, squeeze those glutes together. Try and keep that butt lifting away from the floor a little bit. You're not just letting everything drop down onto the ground. It should feel like you're working in your butt. Next, coming up into your center abs, you want to think about reaching your ribs towards your hips just a little bit. So rather than letting your low back overarch or rounding everything out, in order to find that neutral position, you can think about it like squeezing your ribs towards your hips just a little bit, as if somebody is going to try and punch you in the abs. You want about 10 to 20% activation in those muscles. That's going to help turn on your rectus abdominis in front, your six-pack muscles. It's also going to turn on the transverse abdominis that wraps all the way around your waist, and also all of those multifidi and spinal extensors in your back that are along your spine. Very important for holding your adjustment in your low back. So from there, once you have those active feet, glutes squeezed together, abs turned on, try and think about maintaining an open chest, so your collarbones are reaching wide away from one another. Try not to totally round out through your upper back, and likewise, you don't want to let everything just drop down. You're maintaining strong posture. It's like you're in good standing posture. You're just on your toes or your knees. And then finding that neutrality in your neck, you want to look straight down towards the ground in between your hands or your forearms so that your head is in line with the rest of your spine. Try not to let your head drop down. You want to maintain that open neck, looking straight down towards the ground. You can hold a plank for as long as you possibly can. If you want to do a few reps, then you can start out doing a 10 or 15 second plank, give yourself a rest, come back into it, rest, come back into it. You can do it throughout the day so that you can maintain that strong center core that's going to turn on your low back and help you maintain integrity through your entire body until we get you adjusted again.